Hey guys, how's it going? Crash test dummy here. Just riding around, talking the talk. It's a surprisingly nice day here in Colorado. The past little while it's been pretty bad, but you know, it's winter and it's Colorado, so what do you expect? But the past week or so, it was for about a good 4 or 5 days. Middle of the day, it would get up around 60 or so. And then it'd drop down to, you know, like 40, maybe freezing, which is unheard of. You know, mid-January, mid-February, but you know, oh well. It means I have time to ride, which is nice. But then for about 3 or 4 days, it snowed horrendously. Ooh, an MR2. It snowed really bad for a couple days there. I mean, not as bad as it's getting up in the northeast, but you know, it snowed. To the point where I couldn't ride. Power shifting. But yeah, and that really kind of sucked because I enjoy riding. But you know, when there's snow on the ground, you just can't. So. But it's an amazing day out, and it's Sunday, and there's a lot of people out riding. So I mean, that's nice. I enjoy it. It's nice to get a little bit of a break from just riding in the car all the time. Yeah, so here I am, vlogging once again. One thing that I'm noticing, this bike isn't the bike that I'm sure the people that watched my first video are used to. This isn't the same bike, obviously. This is an older, it's a 1982 Honda CM450E. And I'll hop off in a little bit and I'll give you a little walk around, but it's an older standard cruiser style. But back then, all the standards were essentially just cruisers too. So one thing that I've noticed, as the other bike, the YZF 600R, it has a dead battery, so I'm forced to ride this, which I don't have a problem with. I love this bike. Sport bike riders don't wave to cruisers either. I mean, when I'm riding a sport bike, I wave to everybody. Except like maybe bikers, or like not bikers, but like cyclists or scooters, or I mean sometimes. But I mean, I normally wave to pretty much everybody. Just because you're on two wheels, you're having a great time. Who am I to judge what bike you're on? But that aside, when I'm on a sport bike and it's a Sunday, you know, I'm riding around just going to work or whatever, or church even, you know, and I pass a cruiser, oftentimes they won't wave at me. And you know, I get that. I'm a punk kid who likes to go, you know, 150 miles an hour down the highway in between cars, and I don't necessarily like that stereotype, but you know, if you're doing stupid stuff like that, I mean, I can't blame someone not wanting to wave to me. But when I'm riding this thing, it looks a lot like a cruiser. It's got the teardrop tank. It has, you know, a lot of cruiser looks to it. It's got the drawn back handlebars or whatever. And I'll be riding, and I'll pass a sport bike rider, and I'll wave, and they won't wave to me. And I mean, I guess it just goes the same way. You know, you get these like guys on sport bikes that are all geared up. They like sport bikes because they're comfortable or they're fun, and they like to, you know, take them to track days, and they're not going excessively stupid on them. And they have all these cruisers that are just, you know, downright mean to them because they stereotype them in with all the idiots that don't wear any gear, and like wear sunglasses going down the highway at stupid speeds and putting themselves and their passenger possibly, or even drivers, at danger. And they just group all the cruiser riders that do that into the same group, and then they don't wave to them either, even if they wave to them. So I mean, I think a lot of people who vlog and stuff, they get the one side. And they don't necessarily get the side from the cruisers that, you know, there are plenty of idiot sport bike riders, but there are plenty of, you know, very calm sport bike riders who are just out there to ride just like them. And, you know, and I'm sure if you were to ask them, they'd understand that, but, you know, it's in the back of everybody's mind, you know. Cruiser guys are all these, you know, guys that go out on Sundays, and they don't really ride to have fun, they ride to look cool. And you know, sport bike riders are these idiot guys who are doing they're just being dangerous, and they're not caring for their own safety or anybody else's safety. So I mean I get it. It sucks, but you know, prejudice is everywhere, even in the motorcycle community, and that's just something people have to deal with. But yeah, that was a long way to say, you know, be nice, wave to everybody. You know, they're out riding just like you, whether or not they're doing it for the same reason you are. So, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. I'm gonna take a left here. There's a place up here that's fairly secluded. Oh, wrong turn. There's a place up here that's a little secluded. I can get a good view of the bike, and also the pretty picturesque mountains in the back that we have here in Colorado. Go. It's been I don't know, it's been an oddly mild year for Colorado. I think it's been an oddly mild year for most places in the West. But yeah. So there she is. It's a 1982 Honda CM450E. Great little runaround bike, you know. Doesn't like to do much over 80. I found it for like 600 bucks on Craigslist as my first bike, and I was 16 at the time, maybe. Yeah. I pulled my dad over to the computer and was like, hey, I can buy this, but I can't necessarily ride it right now, but you want to go with me, help me get it back, I'll start doing my motorcycle stuff. And he's like, yeah. Yeah, I think another one of my prejudices, quote unquote, I think the Ninja 250 and other stuff are great starter bikes. But, you know, when my bungee straps have come off, I think old Hondas, old air-cooled Hondas, just great starter bikes. Just as good as a Ninja 250. They're older, but they're simple to work on. I mean, never had a problem working on mine. You still recording? Yep, I'm still recording. Just amazing little bikes. I just love them. I didn't want to have to carry a backpack everywhere, so I put these on. These ammo cans. I think they look pretty cool. Everything's essentially stock on it. I'm sure you guys have heard my horn. It's a little train horn I got from a Wolo mini train horn. It's the bad boy. It's nice because anybody who's owned a Honda bike know that their horns are just crap. I mean, if there's any amount of wind noise, you can't even hear it over your bike, or over the wind even. Oh, look at this. Off-road time, yeah. So yeah, this great little bike does look like a little cruiser though, even though it's technically a standard. I have a very upright seating position. My pegs are directly underneath me. How's it going? You know, it's just a great little cruise around bike. Great for in-town stuff, you know, if you're not going on the highway for a long time. Great for that. It gets really good gas mileage. I probably get, you know, 40-50 miles a gallon on it, which I mean isn't like amazing as bikes go, but you know, it's better than some bikes, you know. It's better than almost any car you can get. I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, this bike. This amazing little bike. One of my favorite options as a starter bike. I would recommend it any day. I got this one, again, for $600. It had about 15,000 miles on it, which, you know, some people are unwilling to go over about 10,000 miles on a bike, but for something that you're going to drop, for something that you're going to abuse a little bit, you know, for something you don't want it to be the most pristine thing in the world, it's everything you'd ever want it to be. You know, it's just an amazing little bike, and I just love it. So yeah, all bikes are awesome, and I mean they can handle this fine. I'm going 55 in 6th gear. This thing is a 6th gear. That's cool. Not too many cruisers have 6 gears. This one does. It's an old 82 with a 6th gear. It's quote-unquote overdrive, but you know, it's handling 55 with headwind easily. I don't have to floor it, or not floor it, but like open it up too insanely much. And it's got torque too. I mean, parallel twins are good for that. All twins are good for that, for that matter. Yeah, just lovely bike. It's a little beat up, but again, so yeah, this is a bike you guys haven't seen. Yeah, I'll try to be posting more videos here soon, and so yeah. Time to say goodbye, and I don't know, I need some sort of sign-off catchphrase.